Shalom. Before we get started, we'll give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the GMS who really teach well. Peace and safety to the occupants that's around the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth, giving our diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. Just here with Godspeed, on a Saturday, we'll go in on the topic of separation within Israel. Because even though the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans all are from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, there's still a separation from the righteous and the wicked. And with even those who have the truth, because the scriptures speak about how God used the truth for filthy lucre's sake, or doing the work deceitfully, for that vainglory, and then you have the righteous, which are those who's doing the work, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to glorify His name, and basically just being that vessel, but without further ado, I'm gonna start off with Romans the 9th chapter. This is Romans 9 and verse 6. It says, "Not as though the word of the Most High have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel." So that's just the meaning of that means that, hey, even though you stem from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, doesn't mean your carnal ways basically is going to lead you to your death, even though you're an Israelite and the salvation is for Israel. But hey, by you acting according to your ways, it's going to lead to your death, man. You have anything to say?
Because we're at the point now that I'm not going to say most, but a lot of Israelites have the understanding that they are the biblical Israelites. I was at the plantation, it wasn't yesterday, it was yesterday, and I was speaking to a gentleman, and he told me that we are the biblical Israelites, but the thing is, he has a bald head and he has a shaved beard. So what profit just because you're Israelite doesn't mean you're in the truth, man. All right, there's certain criteria that you have to enact to be classified as one in the truth, man. All right, the scripture says, "Be not hearers of the word only, but doers of the word," because you're really just deceiving your own selves.
That's right. That's right. And brother is spot on point with that, man. This thing doesn't stop at you knowing that you're an Israelite, man. It's work that has to be done when you come into this truth, man, and it's continuing. Now and in the kingdom. We have to build a whole other empire, man.
Right.
So you can't take this thing and think that just because you have a little bit of knowledge, that you know everything, and then you start using the truth and doing wicked things. Like Kendrick Lamar, he made the song. I forget the lyrics that he put in the song.
That song,
Yeah, I'm an Israelite, don't call me black no more. Saying Yah or whatever. And he's using that to get to earn income. That's a form of letting our people know that they're Israelites, but you're still doing the work deceitfully, man. Even though you're putting that message out there that, hey, you're not a so-called black person, you're an Israelite. Hey, what else are you doing about it, man? You have the biggest platform out here, with you being a celebrity, but you're not using it in the correct manner, man. But us here, the scriptures speak about the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
Okay.
So the Lord deals with the humble, man. Not those guys who take advantage of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's words, man.
That's right.
You got it out.
Let's see. I'm going to get this is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 22. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it.
That's right. Hey, the scriptures say, with all I get understanding, man. understanding of what's the real and true meaning, you know, or our purpose of having this truth, man. You know, and which Ecclesiastes say, which is doing the whole duty of the Most High, man. 12 Ecclesiastes, 12th chapter. You know, you can continue.
It says, but the instruction of fools is folly.
Hey, the instructions of fools is folly, man. You know, that the word folly is synonym with that mirth, mirth, you know, having that mirthful spirit. You know, that's Jake, man. You know, hate hearing about the truth, you know, and don't want to do nothing about it. Still want to go to parties, you know, want to go out to clubs every Friday, you know, sleep, committing all type of adultery and sin, eating all type of abominable food.
Yeah.
You know?
If I could, to add on to your point, because Jake move when they wake up to this truth. They'll wake up to the wickedness of our people, and they'll hate the wickedness of our people. But yet you'll hate this woman for her being a slut. You'll hate Jake for being effeminate. But then you'll go right back and you'll go kick it with these same individuals.
Right.
Like, why are you hating? You hate them momentarily because it's convenient for you,
Yeah.
but you ain't doing nothing to change your ways for you to be in justification to hating them, man.
Right. Well, what's the difference between you and them? There's nothing, because you committing the same actions that they are.
It's hypocrisy.
You know? There's been a big hypocrite, man.
The scripture says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right.
So, and also going into that folly, I'm going to read that last part of that verse again.
Yeah.
It says, but the instruction of fools is folly. That folly also goes into vanity. You know, when we come into this truth, when we hear this beautiful word, the gospel, when we hear this gospel, because just even knowing you're an Israelite, that's not the gospel. The gospel is the testimony of Hamashiach Yahushua. You know, when we hear this gospel, it's our duty to begin to till the earth, you know, and not to tarry, you know. So, you know, but when the fools are instructed, you know, it doesn't profit them anything because they don't exercise. They don't exercise what the Lord is giving them. The Lord, He's given all of us talents to flip. All right, the talents that the Lord has given, brothers have different amounts, talents that you know, can be utilized differently. But in all, your job and your duty is to add up, is to bring forth fruit. You know, and if you don't bring forth fruit, if you come to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua empty-handed, then you're going to be cut off.
That's right. That's right. I got some proof the point that the brother just made. This is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silence. You know, so that's what the brother is saying. You know, hey, once we hear this truth, man, we're supposed to, you know, grow and abound more and more, and push out these prophecies, and tell these people the troubling times that's coming to America. Tell these people that you know, that they're Israelites. Do your lessons, do your videos, pray, fast. These are the things that we're supposed to do once we hear the word. It says, keep not silence, man. You know, hey, it says, we shall never hold their peace day nor night. We gotta defend the truth. You know, so when we hear any type of bullshit, so like it from my language, hear any type of bullshit, you know, that's coming against Yahweh Shah, we gonna defend it, man. Because we ain't gonna hold our peace, man, because we understand that we got the 100% truth, you know. It says, verse 7, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. You know, so we all know that Jerusalem is a people before a place. You know, so we're not going. The scriptures speak about this is not our rest. You know, so we're not going to rest until Jerusalem or Israel, you know, is the praise. You know, to these people understand that we're the true children of the Most High. You know,
we have a mission to fulfill.
That's right.
If I may. It's not about our comfortability. It's not about our liking. It's a job that we have to fulfill. Brothers have you know, they have slaves, they have jobs they have to go to. They don't necessarily like the jobs. It's not something that they enjoy doing. I mean, most brothers, for the most part, we enjoy, you know, the truth and doing the work. But comes times where you're going to be put in the essence of difficulty, man.
That's right.
But even in your comfortability, you have to hold fast, you know. But I had a precept about what you brought out earlier, just dealing with, you know, dealing with the punishment of those who turn their ear, and likewise in their actions at that. It says, this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Hey, they're showing you there that the Lord has given you, has shown you that mercy, man. Hey, go out, teach my word. Show, preach the love of the scriptures out to the people, but you disregard. Therefore, the Lord is gonna laugh at you, man.
Good.
You know, when you come back and try to seek the Lord, that's why the scriptures say He gonna remove His prophets from the streets, man. You know. So hey, don't tarry and wait and be a lazy nigga, you know, when it comes to this truth, man. Because Jake loves to do that, man. You know, hey, you could go. I'm pretty sure brothers got to have the same testimony. Hey, Jake knows that they about Israelites. Jake know, man. But Jake bullshit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Jake is playing with the words, man. That's why the Lord is so angry, man.
Because the scriptures tell you, not all those that say Lord, Lord. He's gonna tell you, man. He's gonna say, hey, man, I never knew you. What was you doing down there, man? Yeah, you knew my name, but you ain't put in no work, so obviously you ain't believe, man.
Right. Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Precept. This is Ezekiel 22 and 18. It says, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. You know, when you look into that word dross, it means worthless. You know, so,
rubbish.
Yeah. So hey, and even all the elements that was named in that scripture is the bottom of the pit, so to speak.
The dredges.
Yeah,
the very bottom of the dredges.
You know, the 10 bass is worthless.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so that's how Jake is to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You worthless, man, because you can't do the work. You can't do the work for him. So therefore he gonna cast you into the lake of fire, man.
Yeah, they go just dealing with elements. It also goes into the precept when the Lord says, I will refine thee as gold in the fire.
Yeah,
that's
right.
dealing with tribulation that's going to come upon all the earth and all the populace of the earth. But the difference is the elements that we are composed of. Us being composed of spiritual gold will be able to endure and be cleansed through that fire. With dross are those made of low degenerate elements, and they're going to be destroyed. The fire is going to consume them, man.
Right.
You know?
And it goes into that too, huh? All right, it says, verse 19, Therefore thus saith the Lord power, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you unto the midst of Jerusalem, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it to melt it. So will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. You know, so hey, that's pretty much the point, man. The Lord is going to destroy you because you become worthless and useless to Him, man. You know, He tries to bring you back to life, you know, by giving you the truth. You know, trying to dust you off. You know, because the scriptures speak about putting away the old man. You know, you gotta dust the dirt off you, man. But Jake like that dirt, man. You know, Jake is dirty, man. Stink. Don't have no glow. The scriptures speak about us being the light. Jake like to walk like to walk in that darkness, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, yeah, Khan. You know, and you know, back to the elements, you just made me think of something. Dealing with elements, you know, when you understand, you know, quote unquote science, you know, nothing is necessarily destroyed but transformed, you know, into a different component or different compounds. All right, and you know, when you come into this truth, you know, you have to be, like spiritually speaking, you have to be transformed.
Right.
You have to be renewed. Your mind has to be refreshed. Okay, and if I may, it's that in Romans, what's that? Romans, the transform the spirit of holiness. So, it's let me see. Yeah, why you find that? I'm gonna do this one real quick. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. You know, our reasonable service is to sacrifice. Yahweh Shah sacrificed for us. So why do you think that we can just continue in our folly and not, you know, that sacrifice, that's dealing with revenue, man. Or he has to be paid back. You understand? We pay him back through our sacrifice in our everyday life. But if he made that sacrifice for you and you didn't pay him back, then you know, typically what? It's going to have to be some other type of price to pay for that.
That's right.
That's going to be your life. Yep.
Jake don't want to give up, you know, all the carnal things that this world has to offer. You know, by making themselves a living sacrifice, man. The scriptures speak about us being dead in Yahweh Shah. You know, so could you find that verse? The one you were just looking for in Romans. We can close off on that.
All right. Yes. Here it is. Yeah, it's Romans. That was the next verse.
Yeah. Close off on
all right. Yeah. I knew it was somewhere in there. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2, and it reads, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind."
Yeah, so like the brother was going into about, you know, speaking on elements, they never really get destroyed, they just get transformed, man.
Right.
You know, so us being in that same vessel, you know, as we work in the world, we have to have that renewing of our mind, which comes through the scriptures, man. You know, the scriptures speak about wisdom and knowledge being the stability of thy time. You know, not having a $2,000 jacket, man.
Right.
You know, so those are the important things, you know, that distinguishes the righteous from the 2/3, man. The elect from the 2/3. You know, and Zechariah the 13th chapter and the 8th verse speak about the 2/3 being cut off from the land.
Yeah.
You know, so those are the characteristics or attributes that you shall possess to receive salvation, which is obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, so without further ado, that was it. Go ahead.
It says, but be ye not transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Right. It says the perfect will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Right.
You gotta realize what's acceptable and what's not acceptable unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You know, so you know, that was pretty much the point. We're gonna go ahead and close out by giving our praise and glory to
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Mukakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who and teach well. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.